minute. Who are you?
Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series Rise of the Beasts Scourge. Now I remember back when this figure released in 2023, people were hyped for it, but once we got more looks at the movie design, we realized that, wait, this isn't actually accurate. And that's because this is based on a concept art design, and that explains why he has the different shoulders and the weird chainmail thing on the neck, and all the other different smaller inaccuracies on the body. Now I can definitely, kind of understand and forgive this figure for being inaccurate. It was based on a concept art because the movie was delayed and they changed some things. But what I can't understand is why they didn't change him at all when they re-released him this year in 2026, 3 years after the movie came out, and they didn't even change a thing. They just gave us the old weird concept Scourge. But let's just look at the figure now, and I do think he looks pretty cool. I love the claw hand, although mine's a little bent. It can open up all the way pretty much, and close all the way. Although I do wish these claw fingers were more articulated, like, have some joints in here so you can just give him more interesting bends. The blade looks awesome. It can store up here, not really store, but you can just have him hold the blade in case you wanted him to do that. The head is pretty cool. I don't mind the whole chainmail neck thing, even though it looks kind of weird. But the main problem I have with this is that it just comes off very easily. His face is also designed to look like the Terracon insignia. I do like the addition of all these chains wrapped around his body, although I think they could have chose a different kind of paint because they honestly just kind of look like ropes. Something that I wish he had was all those insignias that were all around his shoulder and on his arm, because that was such an awesome detail in the movie. He comes with the gun, or the blaster that he had in the movie, and I do actually really like how this looks. And the way you get it on is you take the claw arm, you take that off, and then you make sure it's all lined up, and you put the gun on, and you have his gun arm. This gun works with the blast effects. Now if you wanted to store the claw, you can tab it in on the back, like that. And the gun just tabs right into his ass. For some comparisons, here he is next to Rise of the Beasts Optimus Prime. Here he is right next to Rise of the Beasts Scorponok, Rise of the Beasts Bumblebee, and Rise of the Beasts Battletrap. Now before I transform him, there is something that I definitely need to mention, and that is the clear plastic that's in his back, and it is not aging too well. As you can see right in here, it's broken. There is also a crack forming on the clear plastic on the back of his head, so that's nice. And I actually just noticed this while recording. He actually already started to break right in here, so that's kind of annoying. So I definitely recommend being very careful when you transform this. So yeah, that's the Robo mode. It's interesting. Let's get him into the vehicle mode. Now, after that very fragile and frustrating transformation, we got the truck mode, and this is a very nice looking truck mode. That truck in the movie was so cool. It's honestly a shame we only saw it for 18 seconds. The best part about this, though, is the grille, is it has all the little insignias printed on there. There are definitely some parts of the truck that could be a bit more clean, like these holes in the side. And the legs on the back could be, made more to look like a truck bed. And there's also the claw sticking out and the hand sticking out. I do like how the gun comes apart and stores on the back. it splits and rotates, and then it just goes in onto these pegs on the back, and it forms those weird curve parts on the back of his truck. I don't know what those are. If anyone who knows trucks more knows what those pieces are supposed to be, then let me know in the comments. For some vehicle mode comparisons, here he is next to Rise of the Beasts Double Punch, Rise of the Beasts Bumblebee, and Rise of the Beasts Ape Link. So yeah, that should be all I have to say for Transformers Studio Series Rise of the Beasts Scourge. I think it's a fine figure. It has some problems that are really holding it back from being good, and I do enjoy some things like, big claw, but I mean, that's bent a bit and it could definitely use articulation. And there's just all the braking and the inaccuracies, and I definitely think it could be better, and they really should have changed a bunch of things with the new one. So yeah, that should be it for the review. Thank you for watching, have a nice day, and goodbye.